So in 2023, guys, The Hollowest was probably the worst comedy movie, but this year the title will rightfully be claimed by a rather underground indie comedy called Free Time. While they are both on the comedy drama side, it does not really matter, as none of them entertain you. You may defend this movie by saying it has a deeper message and that it is about how the corporations are holding you down, not letting you breathe, and you are just a slave to the system. But if that should be done right, you need to create better comedy, so let's cut straight to the chase here. The movie is about this rather strange guy that lives with two roommates that actually are a couple living together. And the one guy is working for some clickbait company, and the girl, well, we don't really know what she's actually doing. Anyways, in the story, this main character called Drew, played by Colin Burgess, that lives in a busy city in New York, suddenly decides to quit his job where he has been working 5 years for the last company, where he just punches numbers as a data analyst. He tells his boss straight he wants a higher position, something in HR, but when he is not offered the job at straight terms, meaning he will just be an assistant with less pay, he decides to turn it down and quits. Somebody who has reviewed this movie even calls that a strong moment. But it really isn't, because if you have seen All About the Money, which is probably less underground than this one, but still a rather unknown comedy not a lot of people have seen, the characters there quit their job in a way more crazy and dramatic way. Sure, it isn't realistic, but this movie just shows a very boring moment right there in the beginning. Then the movie becomes all about what he's gonna do next. He talks to his roommates, goes around in the city calling old friends, trying to figure out what he's gonna do, but it really does not do anything. Perhaps the movie tries to forward the point that not a lot of people would do something new and exciting when they quit their day job. Because what he really does is just at first going around in bars, meeting random people and trying to get some known people to go out with him. Sure, it might be some weird funny moments when he sees this guy yell in the street when he tries to talk to this girl while they are kissing about a song, which is kind of cringe because that's not really what you would do in that situation, which builds this rather strange character even more. Or when a guy yells in the street, or when he creates this movement for people who want to quit their job. But in a way, the movie has a problem with the people being superflous. And I'm thinking, are people really like that? The way I see it, not the main character, not really anyone in this movie feel like what could have been real people. They are so stiff, so unaspiring, and if this is supposed to be Gen Z, they must be one of the most boring generations you have ever seen. Then also, as a comment to as why the comedy does not work in this one, is that I feel the main character just tries to cling on to what he has, really, instead of trying something new. He is in this band where he plays the keys, and suddenly they go in a different country direction, and that's where he gets called out for the way he plays the keys, and he decides to quit in a heated argument. That scene tries to build something, but I just wish this character would actually try something new rather than just being the same. Hell, he even ends up stealing a job from one of the guys he made quit by going crazy at his old job. And then he tries to show up at an interview with a different name at his old job. The way they try so hard with so little amount of result in this one is actually shocking, because they try so hard to make the comedy work, but it does not feel natural at all, giving us just another reason why this movie is the worst comedy movie of the year. I kinda have a little problem with a main character as well. Drew, also that he tries to be way cooler than he is all the time. Perhaps that might just be a defensive strategy he takes on when meeting new people. But anyways, I feel it comes at a point when it becomes annoying. And also, when he, in desperation, runs after his boss. Is that really good comedy? Well, I don't think so. Of course, someone who might lean themselves more into the corporate culture and can relate to all this bureaucracy kind of humor may like this movie better, but for me, it's a 3 out of 10, and clearly the worst comedy movie of the year.